Hey, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the meal, lunch today, provided by Wallabies. I hope to enjoy it in a little while, but too many other things on my plate, not room for food at the moment. Welcome. We're glad you're here. We want to be sensitive to your time, so we're gonna keep moving, and we want to start with a few introductions. Of course, the mayor and council are up here, all dressed up in their cowboy garb. Don't they look nice? Yes, thank you. We appreciate them and all of the support that they give the Fiesta Days Rodeo. We also have at least a couple that I saw, former Hall of Fame members, Dave and Mr. Wayne Anderson. Back row, how's it feel back there, Wayne?
Really good.
It's a good place to be, isn't it? We welcome them. Is Carol here? She's here. I saw her earlier.
She stood up.
Thanks, Carol. All right, Doug and Carol are here. Thank you very much. Appreciate them being with us. Want to introduce the rodeo committee members. If they'll just kind of tip their hat. We got Nick Hanks, who's our rodeo chairman, and Jason Christensen, and Jimmy Gohl, and Kevin Parker. Who am I missing? Seth Perrins, Doug Ford. Did I get everybody?
No.
Oh, and Mayor. Yeah, okay.
You wouldn't know.
I know, you got to make sure we get him a couple of TV appearances. Oh, that's true. You got a uniform. We've also got some other members of the Diamond Fork Riding Club here that are integral parts of our rodeo, and we appreciate them being here with us as well. Some of our stock contractor personnel. Let me see, Greg Simus, our announcer, would you stand, please? Where'd our bullfighters go? Joe and Richie are here. If you'd please stand. JJ, you're on the list next, man. Can you wait your turn?
Sorry.
Okay. And no, I'm not turning the mic over to you. We don't have time today. We don't have time. I know you will. I know you will. That's why we love him. A lot of these guys have been with us for a lot of years, and we love and appreciate them. They're part of our rodeo, and we love having them with us.
And just real quick, you know I couldn't stand it, but first of all, thank you so much for having me back to your lovely community. I love it. And I'm all about benevolence, like a lot of the sponsors in the room. And so this year, I am not going to be the sole barrel man. I'm going to allow Todd from Rock Canyon Bank to work the barrel during the bull riding. So I'm giving back to the community. And Todd, we look forward to seeing you out there, buddy.
Wow, how nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. Todd's been prepping for this all year, too, I'm sure. Let me see. We also got Cowboy Kenny from the Steel Rodeo. Kenny, you want to stand up? We're glad to have him back with us. He'll be entertaining us with daring acts. So we're glad to have him with us. We also, I don't think he's here or any of his staff from Frontier Rodeo. Stock contractors, they're out doing their thing, I'm sure. But appreciate Heath Stewart and those guys once again providing our quality stock for our rodeo. Our rodeo queens, if you guys would stand, we've got our queen is Lindsay Ivy. First attendance, Kylie Taylor. Second attendance, Madison Wallace. And we also have our Diamond Fork Riding Club Buckaroo Rodeo Queen, Morgan Ivy, with us. So thank goodness we got some color and beauty to go with our rodeo for the rest of us. Okay, that should do it for introductions. So I'm going to turn the time over to our chairman, Nick Hanks.
Thank you, Dale. The one other one that I thought of as you were talking there, and I should have told you a little bit ago, is Steve Gray, our photographer. PRCA photographer is here, so thank you, Steve. Well, thank you. This is exciting. I work with a lot of you, all of you sponsors throughout the year, and it's humbling to me how gracious you guys are. We don't have hardly any turnover with sponsors. You guys are all so willing to help out, and it lets this event be what it is. We couldn't do it without you. I truly believe this is the event of the summer in Spanish Fork, and without the willingness and the community support of each and every one of you, we couldn't do it, for sure. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our Extreme Bowls event we have tomorrow night. It feels like we've been, or excuse me, Saturday night. It feels like we've been talking about this for a year and a half now, and I'm really excited to see it finally come to fruition. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys all have tickets and plan to be there, because it'll be a really fun night. First one ever in Utah. We're scheduled to have 45 bull riders. I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get that number over 5 sections. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The fifth night has been received well. We have right around 4,000 tickets left in total for all 5 nights, with the first night, Friday night, having, I think I just looked, about 70 tickets left is all. So people are already buying single tickets too, and very confident that we'll have the stands full each night. So one other thing I wanted to hit on that's going to be new for 2020, we're going to start a little bit earlier. We're going to start at 7:30. So the pre-show will start at 7, and our first buck will be at 7:30. Our rodeo next year will be Monday through Friday, is how our dates fall, and I think that'll be a little bit more family-friendly start time. Let a lot of the families that come with young kids get home and get to bed earlier. So we're excited about that. I wanted to recognize our sponsors individually, and kind of take the time to do that. So the first sponsor, these are our best seat in the house sponsors, are RC Willie, Brenda Hoskins and Larry Smalley. And I don't believe I saw either of them here, but thank you. Wiggy Wash and Brent Wignall. And I don't think I saw Brent either. The Drain Surgeons, Kevin and Shar Parker. And they sponsor our rodeo royalty. Kevin's also a member of the rodeo committee. Him and Shar do an amazing job. The monetary donation that they give us is probably second to the amount of time and effort they put into ensuring the rodeo goes off without a hitch. So Shar, thank you. I don't see, oh, there's Kevin. Kevin, thank you. We sure appreciate you guys. Maple Creek Home Health and Hospice is our specialty act sponsor. Toby, Karsten, and Melissa, thank you guys. Our specialty act this year is one of our favorites. So I really think it'll wow the crowd. We're super excited to have Kenny here. The bareback riding, Rocky's Tire Pros. Jack, thank you. We appreciate you guys. Big O Tires, Josh Hamilton. I don't believe I saw Josh either. So we'd like to thank them. They're our steer wrestling sponsor. The Bank of American Fork in the team roping. Bill Beck. Thank you, Bill. We appreciate you. Dependable Doors. Rick Waite. Where's Rick? Right here. Thank you. Tyler and Mel. Appreciate you guys. Utah Community Credit Union. Susan Brixton. Thank you. Susan is our saddle bronc riding sponsor. Creative Signs, Natalie and Bryce. Bryce didn't make it, but where's Natalie? Right there. Thank you. They're the sponsor of our mutton busting. They help us with a lot of other stuff too, all our signage and that, but they do a great job. McCauley and Lance Robinson. I didn't see Lance, I don't believe, but Lance is our barrel racing sponsor with McCauley. And then Tim Prusey with Peak, Ear, Nose, and Throat is our bull riding sponsor. Thank you guys. We sure appreciate you. So let's give all of those sponsors a big round of applause. Yes. All right. So our presented by sponsor, Mountain View Hospital, Kevin Johnson. I saw Kevin is here. Come up and join us up here, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. Let's get a picture of Kevin here.
Put him right in the middle.
Our cash bonus sponsor, Rock Canyon Bank, Todd Monson. Come and join us. Thank you, Todd. All right, I didn't see, but we have a new sponsor this year. LEI Engineers and Surveyors is our video board sponsor. And I didn't see any of our LEI guys here. I think they were unable to attend, but I'd like to thank them. That's a big sponsorship, and they've come on willingly and excited about it. So that'll be fun. The other new sponsor that we have this year, something that I think has been needed for a while, this is our true only add-on sponsor, is Central Bank. And they're our timing sponsor this year. We'll have a new system. You guys have all been to the rodeo, but our leaderboards and our clock as contestants that are competing will be vastly updated. We'll have first round, second round, average leaderboards. It should be a real addition to the rodeo, and Central Bank stepped up in a big way to help us with that. So we'd like to thank them. We have Nick Jones and Landon Swenson here from Central Bank today. So come on up, guys.
Hey, thanks you guys. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So our roping chute sponsor down on our timed event end is Daily Herald. And I don't believe I saw Craig Kahn over here either, but I'd like to give them a big round of applause. They help us. They play a big part in helping get a lot of those tickets sold. They give us a lot of advertising and some stuff that way, so thank you. Tom Smith with Doug Smith here in town, Ram. Where's Tom? Right there. Tom, come on up and join us. Ram and Doug Smith do a lot for us. They're a big sponsor, help us immensely, from barrels in and out of the arena to mayor and council having wheels to get around the arena. So we really value their partnership. Thanks, Tom.
You don't get to stand by.
That's what I was hoping for.
Our next sponsor, Martin's Collision Repair from Salem. I think Tony is here, Tony Lafayette. Come up and join us, Tony. They're our instant replay sponsor, and in addition with LEI Engineering, are a big reason we have the 2 video boards. So we'll again this year have the other video board on the north end of the arena, which has been a great addition. So thank you, Tony. Our other instant replay sponsor is Western States Insurance, Matt Barber. And I'm not sure I saw Matt here with us. So anyway, let's give Matt a round of applause as well in Western States. We have our 6 gold chute sponsors, and our first chute sponsor is McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, Mike McKell. I know I saw Mike here. Come and join us, Mike.
We take our personal injury serious.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Our chute number 2 sponsor is Wasatch Pallet and Tom Worthen. I know, oh, right here on the end. Chute number 3 is Triple T Heating and Air, and Steve Tanner.
Hey, Steve. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate you being here. And chute number 4 is Tim Shanto Insurance. Tim Shanto. Thanks, Tim.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Tim. And chute number 5, Security Insurance and Clark Swenson.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, Clark. And chute number 6, Reams Western Outfitters and Cliff Brimhall.
You bet.
That's all of our sponsors receiving buckles, but I'd like to take just 1 minute and present one more buckle. As Dale mentioned earlier, the riding club started this rodeo originally and is still a wonderful partner. They do a lot of the boots on the ground stuff that we couldn't pull it off without them. They set up a lot of the boards and organization and facilitate a lot of the stuff that has to be done. And their president this year, Jason Christensen, we'd like to present you with the buckle too. No, that's good. And then you can just take it from him.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, you come down to Mike. I'll introduce you.
No, you gotta keep going.
You got a few more though down there, and your photo. I've asked Jason to come and say a few things and introduce some other members of his riding club. As Nick already alluded to, this rodeo happens with a lot of people. And hopefully as fans, you don't have to see any of the hiccups or anything that goes on behind the scenes, but these guys are the ones that make it work. So, Jason, would you introduce those over here?
I appreciate this. I got 3 individuals over here. Corey, he's a board member. Troy's my vice president. Chris Ivy was my vice president last year, but he's a board member this year. I couldn't go without telling him thanks. We're a big family, and we love this rodeo, and it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of the Dime Fork Riding Club. It's a cool deal. And when we get ready to announce our Hall of Fame inductee, I probably won't have a chance to talk, so I'm going to do it now. He's a great man. He's done a lot for this club. He's done a lot for this rodeo. I can think of many times I've called him up and said, hey, I'm branding calves. Can you come and help? Drop of a hat. He's there. So it's an honor to see him get in. So
Yeah, we'll excuse those that are up here and we'll move into the Hall of Fame portion of our program. That means you, Gary. Come on out, buddy. I know you love this. Let me tell you, one of the things that endears us to Gary is just this. He hates this stuff. Yeah. It's like, this is one of the strong, silent type. He's a rock. This guy is always here. He's consistently there anytime there's work to be done, but he likes to do it behind the scenes. No fanfare. Don't make a big deal out of me. I'm just going to come be a worker bee. And that's one of the things that really, really makes him special. So we did have a write-up here, though, and we are going to read it, and then we'll post this on the wall with the rest of them. And as is the case with many of these things, we don't have room to put a novel up here. There's that many things you could write about these people, but somehow we got to squash it into this little bitty thing, and hopefully it has some meaning. But I'm going to read what has been written on his inscription for his Hall of Fame. And then I'm going to give you a few minutes, so you're really going to have to work up some type of a speech if you don't already have it.
I better start
okay?
thinking.
So I'll go as
Okay.
slow as I can, but you guys make sure he doesn't get out the door. So Gary became a Diamond Fork Riding Club member in 1970, and he joined the club with a strong passion for the Fiesta Days Rodeo. Gary followed his father and many family members into the riding club and served in club leadership from 1984 to 1995. He served as the president of the riding club in 1984 and again in 1991. Gary was all in his support for the Fiesta Days Rodeo. For several years, he was responsible for all the rodeo decorations and stored them at his home to ensure their safekeeping. While serving as president in 1984, Gary was instrumental in making changes to bring new specialty acts and contractors to the rodeo, including Tom Feller, Leon Coffey, and Rick Chapman. During his second term as president in 1991, Gary led the revitalization of the fairgrounds grandstand, starting first with painting the grandstand, and then he organized branding of all the seats in the grandstand so the rodeo could sell reserved seating. Since joining the club, Gary has only missed 2 performances of the Fiesta Days Rodeo, once when competing in a wild cow milking competition in Salt Lake City. Did you win?
Yeah, I'll have to tell you about
Okay,
that.
okay. All right, as long as you won, then we'll excuse you from this. Okay. And the other when work required him to travel across the country to South Carolina, and he couldn't get the assignment changed. After winning many state titles in the Utah State Riding Club trailer race competition, Gary brought the trailer race competition to the Fiesta Days Rodeo. As a competitor, Gary never did get beat in the trailer race. That's impressive, because you've had a lot of those, haven't you? I don't think he was one of the ones that cheated. Now, I saw many of them that cheated, but I don't think Gary was one of them. Gary has been a willing volunteer, fully supporting the Fiesta Days Rodeo in whatever role he was asked to fill. So, ladies and gentlemen, introduce our latest, the 2019 Hall of Fame inductee, Gary Beckstrom.
Thank you. Whoa. This is, I don't know, this is really cool. This is a cool thing. I want you to know this is quite an honor, and I really appreciate it. I was kind of thinking a little bit, and I was thinking about, way back, all the people that's been involved in this rodeo and the countless hours that they've put in. There's a whole bunch, and there's still all these guys still doing it. And they probably deserve this just as much as I do, if not more. I feel a deep honor to be up there on that wall with these people that's already up there. I mean, what a group to be with. I mean, I can't even imagine it, so I appreciate that. I got kind of involved a little bit because, like they said, growing up, I had 5 uncles, and my dad were in the riding club. So they'd come down, a lot during the summer. There was a lot of work to do on the old grandstands and the old arena. So I came down a lot with them, and I got kind of interested in the riding club. And so that's why when I graduated from high school, the first thing I done was join the National Guard, and then I joined the Diamond Fork Riding Club. So I got a class reunion this year, so I've been in the riding club just about as long as, has been out of school. So anyway, they mentioned them two rodeos I can kind of remember missing. And one of them, I'm gonna have to blame a little bit on Steve Money, because I was baling hay that day, and Steve pulls up, and he's in his truck and got his horse trailer and his horse in there, and I was baling hay, and he stopped and he says, "Hey, get in the truck." And I said, "What for?" You know, and he said, "Just get in the truck." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Get in." So I got in. He started to head towards Salt Lake, and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "We're in the wild cow milking." So we go up there, and we won that night, and the rule was if all the winners throughout the week come back the second night, which was the 24th. So we go back up. Luckily, we won again, you know. But anyway, so that was, missed that. The other one, like he says, is work-related. But I was president twice, and I was going to say, you know, in '84, it was just the riding club, and I don't know how many riding club members got to experience both sides of it with the city, you know, when they were and when it was just the riding club. But there was tons of stuff to do in '84. Just every president before that, you know, he was responsible for a lot of stuff and make sure the rodeo went and everything. And it was a lot of work. And when I got it when later, and with the city involved, it was so much easier. I mean, everything was just handled. I mean, you didn't have near the responsibility, and Steve had everything under control, and it was a breeze compared to the other year. So, but I have a lot of good memories of the rodeo and the riding club. It's some of the best memories of my life, is through the rodeo with the riding club. And I can remember way back, the riding club used to start the rodeo with a mad scramble. So they'd put 6 horses in bucking chutes and then send you out all 6 at the same time. And me and Steve done that numerous times. And then there was the trailer race that we done for a long time, and still went for just till a few years ago. And anyway, I just feel a big part of this rodeo. We got the best fairgrounds in the country. We got the best rodeo, and just to be a part of it, I mean, it just is amazing. And I want to thank my family. They're a big support. I appreciate them. A lot of them laid off work to come, so I appreciate that. And I just thank you all. It's been nice. Thanks.
Thank you. So here, we got a gift for you. Could we have Gary's family stand real quick, please, so we can recognize you? Thank you very much. Nice. Wow. Wow, no wonder you're so good.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes. We do have a gift that we want to give Gary, and I think it's indicative of the past, where we've been and where we're going, where we are now and where we're going. Gary certainly has had an integral part of that. And so we want to present this gift to you right now.
Thank you. Oh, cool. That is cool.
You recognize those old wood bleachers?
Oh, yeah.
You spent a lot of time on those, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
On your knees and on your other side.
That was cool. Thanks, Jim. That was cool.
Awesome. Okay, that concludes our program. We just want to say, hey, this is an awesome place to live, if you didn't know that already. We don't turn people out 6 at a time anymore, because our insurance company doesn't like that. Although I know what they're thinking. As soon as you said that, they're going, well, why don't we do that now? That would be fun. And it probably would. But anyway, we want to thank you again. This is a community-oriented city, and our businesses and our residents volunteer their time and their resources and their money to help us to be able to put on quality events like this that all of our citizens can enjoy. All of Fiesta Days has you guys supporting it, and we appreciate it, and that's what makes this an awesome place to live. So thank you once again for all that you do. We couldn't do it without you, and we appreciate you. We'll hope to see everybody at the rodeo. Have a great day. You guys, thank you.